And then a dude like Mike Williams. Now, I don't know if Mike Williams is necessarily the best fit because what Mike Williams plays his game, for those of you who don't know at home, is he's not the type of dude to get separation. Like he's not overall fast. In fact, Landry's been known to not exactly being the fastest wide receiver out there. If you're upgrading Landry for speed, then you're not going after Mike Williams. But Mike
Right.
Williams, if you can get him on a one-on-one, chances are more than often he's gonna beat the guy. Not just that, especially when you throw it to him right. Not just that, he has had a chance to get separation before. He did it more, I think, this season than he ever has. The issue is apparently he's going to be wanting like 18 million a year. And I don't think the Chargers are going to be willing to offer him that at all because they have a really solid core. And I don't think they want to spend big on a dude like that. But when it comes to the Browns, do you do it? Do you just give Mike Williams the money? Because realistically, that's only a couple million more than Landry's making. And I think he's way ahead of Jarvis Landry at the moment.
He's younger too. I know he's for sure younger.
Yeah, I think he's 26 and Landry's turning 30 this year or something.
If you could say, I'm just scared of his durability, man.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. But I like him though. It's just his durability though. But he will be a good person to target though. I'll just be a risk we'll have to take. I
Yeah.
mean, Jarvis be getting hurt too though. So, but Jarvis don't have to be missing time. He'd be toughening up.
Did you see Bleacher Report? They did a thing and they said like each play going into free agency and the perfect fit. They had Mike Williams at number 3 and his perfect fit was the Browns. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know about it though. It depends how much money the guy, like how much Andrew Berry's willing to give away.
If we get him though, because the thing I don't feel like we take enough opportunities deep. I feel like that was the problem with our receiving core this year. Like even when it came to Odell, like he wasn't getting the 1v1. So, Mike Williams, he thrive off 1v1. So like if we bring him here, we have to utilize him. Like it's no excuses.
Yeah. Maybe that's what the Browns are looking at too. Maybe if they draft the wide receiver with like pick 13 or whatever we have, and they say, all right, let's do it. Let's do like something a little bit different than what we've previously done. Let's bring in a guy who's extremely fast in the draft. Bring in a dude that can 100% get separation from, a player, draw a safety over to him or something like that. Meaning then you'd have Mike Williams down the field on a one-on-one, no safety near him. Could you imagine that? Like that would be a threat. And I still feel like Peoples-Jones is an underrated player. Like if Peoples-Jones goes from our number 1 option this season to our number 3 next season, I feel like we're going to be in a lot better shape than what we were this year. So I wouldn't be against getting Mike Williams. It's just, again, I don't feel like he's the first option on a team, and 18 million, you're basically paying that money for a first option. I think we got to hope that whatever wide receiver we draft can eventually overtake him. So I'm not too sure though. I haven't really looked too much in the wide receiving department in the draft. Do you know anything about that? Do you have like any idea on who we maybe draft?
So a few favorites I've heard for the first round at least was Drake London. I don't know if he's similar to Mike Williams. So
oh really?
Yeah, he's similar to Mike Williams. He went to USC. He definitely get the contested catches, just doesn't really get the separation it looked like on the highlights. But he got hands for sure. Then I heard about Jameson Williams. He was the receiver that tore his ACL at Alabama. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of us picking him because, we in win now mode. We can't afford to be waiting on a dude to come back next year. We need somebody now. So I wouldn't want him. Then there's a few O State receivers.
Yeah, I heard there's an Ohio State receiver. He's like the best receiver in the class, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen some Browns say we should trade up to get him.
Yeah, it's the one that a lot of people are saying is his name is, I think his name Chris Aleve or something like that. That's his
Olave or something.
Lave, yeah.
Bro, I thought that was a 2K character. I don't know why. I already had that name in my head.
Sure. Yeah, but he's nice though. He got speed. He's good at route running. He can catch. I like Garrett Wilson kind of a little bit better because his his highlights look better, man. That's his highlights look better.
True.
But highlights look a little bit better. So I really don't know. I just don't. If we was to, it depends on what our plans are in free agency as far as who we go draft. So
yeah.
But we definitely need receiver at number 1. And then there's another sleeper. He's like a late round dude. His name is like Sky London. A lot of people are talking about him on Twitter. He went to this college called, I think it's Western Michigan or something like that.
Right.
The same college that Corey Davis went to. He a cool little dude. Definitely needs some development, but he a cool little dude. Cool dude.
Do you think the Browns would? What are the chances of us taking 2 receivers in this draft? Do you think we take one in the top picks and one in the lower?
I think I will go receiver first round and maybe third round, maybe depends. It all depends on free agency, but I think we do need to fill that void. So I would definitely need at least 2 receivers.
Yeah.
We did just draft Schwartz last year. He's a speed guy. I don't know what their plans is for him.
I
feel like they utilized him a little better.
Schwartz is he's such a tough player to watch, dude, because he pulls out. Like Baker will throw it in the right position. He'll like crap himself. He'll be like, oh, there's a defender right there. I'm getting the hell out of here. He did that like twice last season. It was like, oh man, it's so tough. They were saying what we need to do is wide receiver, defensive tackle, another edge rusher, kicker, obviously. So that's 4. Sure. Yeah, and possibly another wide receiver. That's 5. So that's 5 picks right there. Because what do we have? We have, if we bring back Clowney, we got Clowney and Garrett. And didn't we have McKinley as well? Was he our other edge rusher? Yeah. But didn't he get injured or something? So he won't be back. So yeah, we probably need to draft someone in like the 3rd or 4th, probably from there.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. It's crazy with the Rashard Higgins though. I mean, Rashard Higgins is a fan favorite. I do feel like they don't really like him that much for some reason. I think he got some skill. I think he'll be good for depth. Like every time he does go out there, they throw it to him. He does kind of catch the ball,
I think we'd only bring him back if like we just said, all right, maybe we didn't get a wide receiver in free agency. We got to draft 2 now. We got to bring one because you're not going to roll into next season with only like 4 wide receivers most likely on your roster, right? So you'd probably look at maybe bringing back a dude like Rashard Higgins coming in. Through the wastelands, through the